and welcome. Here is another video about SimWare, software for running the day-to-day operations of senior move management companies. This video focuses on availability-based scheduling in SimWare, with employees describing when they'll work based on when they are available or when they are not available. We'll also show the use of shifts for an event. For an introduction to all the options for scheduling in calendars, watch our separate video, Schedules and Calendars. For a general overview of SimWare, please see our introductory video at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SimWare, or just browse to youtube.com and search for SimWare. Okay, let's begin. Your website can be set up either where employees will all enter the time that they can work based on availability, or based on the times that they are not available. This first site we look at is going to use availability. Associates would browse under the Associates menu to the My Availability command, and the entries they make here are in terms of when they can work. So an employee who can work on Monday from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. would simply select and drag to indicate that to the system. Also, you can select and drag across multiple days, and SimWare will break that up into individual day entries, which can then be manipulated. You can drag and drop. You can resize. And if you don't need an entry, you can click on it to delete it. From here, we're going to go to a second system. And in this case, this one is configured to have employees entering their working schedule based on when they are unavailable. And they would go to Associates and to the My Unavailability command. And again, we're looking at a second completely separate system from the first one we looked at. And this works much the same as the My Availability command. You can select and drag, do it across multiple days, drag and drop and resize and click to delete. So we're going to go ahead about a week, two. So let's look at July 8th. We'll say that we cannot work in the morning, and on July 9th we cannot work in the evening. From here we're going to go to look at creating a new event under the master calendar. Use admin and then master calendar. We click on add new. We're going to go to July 8th, and we can see that I, as the administrator, said that I could not work in the morning, so therefore that is left out of the availability. SimWare is starting with people's unavailability and translating it for you as you create an event into availability. If I move forward to Tuesday, I said that I would not be able to work in the afternoon, so therefore SimWare shows me as available only in the morning. SimWare has an earliest time of day that you would schedule an event. In this case, the system is set for 8 a.m. It also has a latest time in the day, which in this case is set for 8 p.m. It can be adjusted per your company's preferences for your site. And then an employee is assumed to be available unless they have an entry in the unavailability command. To set up an actual event, we'll go ahead and tag it as being belonging to a job. And we'll pick which job, put in a description. I'll leave the contact set to myself, the system administrator. Go ahead and pick a color from the color palette. And again, from here you can use the navigation bar to advance by day, by week, or by month. You can return to today. And if you've been playing around with some ideas and just want to go back to the beginning, you can hit reset. Now, in order to assign someone, we can simply select them to indicate a shift. Then we can drag the shift to the appropriate start time. In this case, we'll have people starting work at 9 a.m. And we will have 2 of those people finish up at 1 o'clock. So let's say we're doing some packing and we're done by 1 o'clock, and then we have 1 more person who sticks around until 5 o'clock to supervise the moving company as they load up the moving van. Once we have the settings that we want, we'll just go ahead and click Save. But before we do that, I'll go ahead and mention that if you click on the name of a given employee, they will go to the top of the list. So if you have, say, 20 employees, and they are the ones that you're interested in for this event are scattered throughout that list of 20, you can move them to the top by clicking on their names, gather them together, and that way you can kind of get the whole picture and give it one last look before you hit Save. This short code will be translated into a map link in the calendar. After having saved the event, these employees now show assigned for that event, for that time span. But if things change, as they inevitably do, Simmer allows you to make modifications. We'll just click on this person, showing them as being released. So if they were sick and cannot attend this event, and for that matter cannot attend any other, then we release them. And when we hit Save, that time span will be blank. It will not be returned to be considered as available again. On the other hand, if we have an event where we thought we would need 5 people, but it turns out we're only going to need 4, we can remove somebody from this event by clicking on it twice. It'll turn to Released on the first click, return to Available on the second click. And in this case, while this person won't be working on this event anymore, they are available to work on another one, and we want the system to reflect that. So we'll go ahead and hit Save. And now you can see that this person now has a blank spot where they were previously assigned, and the other person now has availability for the entire day, and they can be assigned to another event. Another consideration is travel time. You would want to have some sort of a gap between events if you're scheduling an employee to work at 2 events in the same day, as Simware does not have a way of knowing how long it will take them to travel between locations. I'd also point out that Simware calculates the start and the end time up here in the top gray area. It will look at the various people involved in the shifts they're working, and the event will be considered as starting when the earliest shift has someone walking in the door, and it will be considered as ending when the last shift has somebody walking out the door. So this is not something that you would manually set. And it adjusts as you add people and adjust their shifts. Let's go ahead and take a look at this on an iPad. Okay, this is an actual iPad with the screen being mirrored. It's not a pre-programmed demo. Start off by going to the unavailability section. And once again, we can show that we can select in the upper left-hand corner and drag across the screen. Simware will create the multiple events. Now they're on a touch device because Simware does not want to register an accidental bump as a touch. You do have to touch and hold for 1 second, maybe 2, in order for Simware to recognize that you have touched the screen. And after these events are created, you can work with them just as you would on a desktop. After you have arranged for your unavailability, you can go to the master calendar, create an event, we go ahead and turn this sideways. Go ahead and select a shift. You can drag and drop the start and end times. are finished, we can go ahead and hit save. And that concludes our introduction to how you can set up events using Unavailability. For more videos about specific features of Simware, visit our YouTube channel by browsing to youtube.com/Simware or searching youtube.com for Simware. You can also visit our website at www.simware.com or call us at 240-285-4619 with questions or to arrange a demo. To be notified of new videos as they are added, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Simware is an industry partner with NASM, the National Association of Senior Move Managers. We appreciate your time and hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.